Living in Ghana is not for the faint-hearted, okay? Hey guys, so I already have a video where I share the difficulties of living in Ghana, but at that time I was only on holiday in Ghana, so that perspective was based on my holidays. Now I've lived in Ghana for close to 2 years, so now I have a very in-depth understanding of what's actually difficult about living in Ghana. Let's get right into the video. The first thing that I find the most challenging, that has taken a while for me to adjust to, is how judgmental Ghanaians can be. Based on how you look, you're treated a certain way. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this doesn't happen in any other countries. It does, I'm sure, but over here it's to an extreme degree. Because you could go to like a store and the way the lady would treat you is based on how you look. I remember when I was buying my house, I had to go and deposit money into the bank for the person I was buying the house from. I got to the bank, this lady, I was like, hello, hi. This lady was really rude, like giving me all this attitude for no reason. And then I just said, I need to deposit some money. And she was a bit like, how much? And then I told her the amount. And then her attitude switched just like this. She automatically went to, oh my God, how are you doing? How's your day been? I'd love to be your friend, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I think another thing that ties into the whole judgment thing is people really believe what they see. People are very gullible. People really believe that if someone is actually rich in real life, they drive a massive expensive car and they have a massive house and it's written all over their face that they're rich, which is mind-boggling to me. Like, how can you look at me and based on my car tell me whether I'm rich or not, you know? But that's a thing out here. Like, people actually believe that if you're really rich in real life, then it would be obvious when they see you. But you know, there's people that are bowling but don't necessarily care about their appearance too much, you know what I mean? For me, I think it comes down to, yes, I might assume that you're not rich, but either way, it doesn't mean I should treat you any differently than I would someone who I think is rich. Generally, it favors people that are from the diaspora. So for people like myself and for a lot of people that come from overseas, you know, you might have a bit of an accent, you might have a little bit of money to throw around. So generally people are really helpful, people very supportive and stuff like that. But then someone might present who doesn't have the same things that you have and they will not get the same treatment. So that's something that I really do not like about. The other thing that I really struggle with people around here is integrity. When you deal with a few traders and business people after a while, you realize that people are actually not honest. Like, instead of charging you the right amount and waiting for a tip, they would add whatever it is they want to add to it. And especially if it's in an area where you're not an expert, you know. So for instance, with my car, I'm not an expert. I don't know the prices of things to do with my car and stuff like that. So generally I have a good mechanic that I've built some level of trust with, that I work with. But even then, you would have people around you saying, oh, na so dene di account. Because I'm like, oh, I think I'm not giving him enough workmanship, you know. And people are like, oh, na so dene di account. Meaning they've already added their own bit to the prices of the items that, you know, he's collecting money from you to get, you know. It's really tricky because I'm just like, who do I even trust? Like, who do I believe? You know, even when you've made up your mind that you're going to trust this person and just give them the money to do whatever it is they need to do, because of what people keep telling you and because of experiences in other parts of, you know, business and dealing with other people, it's really hard to fully trust anyone and just be like, if the person says it's 200 cedis, you just straight away go ahead and give them 200 cedis. A lot of these things I don't have energy for, so I don't even argue. I'll just give the person the money they need to go and buy whatever it is, because I don't know the real price of the thing and I'm not going to follow you to the market to buy the thing, because that's time wasted, which I could be using to do something sensible. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a very common thing. You know, you might give someone money to do a job, they'll just do a shoddy work and then, you know, you're expected to pay for it. If you don't, then they want to get aggressive. So if you're not tough, then, you know, they will take you for a ride. But basically, like, little things around integrity can really make a difference in your experience in Ghana, you know, and that's why people have to be so careful as well. My next thing is the long process for everything. Everything just takes forever, you know? There's nothing that's like you just go in and you have it, you know? And you always have to end up doing the whole backdoor thing and paying some money so you can have things fixed quickly. Everything is just a drag. Everything is a delay, especially when you go to government agencies and stuff like that to try and get stuff done. This person has to sign it and it has to go here. Let me give you an example. My electricity has always been in the previous owner of this house's name. When I finally made time and decided to go change it, I tried to call the electric company, which was pointless because nobody ever picks up. So I was like, okay, let me go in. And mind you, it's about 30-40 minutes away from where I live. So I drove there, got there was a lady that was serving somebody, you know, so I just said hello and then I sat down and waited. And then we sat down, I was with another person, we sat down for maybe 15 minutes, nobody said anything, she was still talking to the other guy. So then I got up and I was like, oh, hello, this is why we're here, blah, blah, blah. With a straight face, she's like, how are we supposed to know that the house belongs to you? You need to bring these documents and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm a customer, I just got here, you could have just said, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm serving this person, just give me 5 minutes, I'll be with you. Or how can I help you? Find out what I need and then let me know whether I need to wait or I need to go and come or whatever. So first of all, if I hadn't gotten up to speak to her, I'll just be sitting there for an hour and then in the end she'll give me this attitude. Anyway, she finally said to me, I need to bring these documents, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I left. So that is already a drag in the process. Like, I could have called and you could have given me this information, so I make sure I have all the documents I need before I present there. I come home, get all my documents sorted, go back to this place, and then I go and speak to this lady. This lady has a look at all the documents and stuff like that. And then she says that, so the boss at their office has to put a signature on something to say that it's okay for the name to be changed to my name. And then after that, it will be sent again to the head office in Accra or something, and then they've got to sign it as well before it finally goes into my name. And that it should take about 3 weeks to a month. After a month, if I haven't heard back, then I should come back to the office and check in and see what's happening. And I'm just like, who has time for that? Especially when you have to drive through crazy traffic literally every single time that you leave the house, which ties into the long processes. You know, I have days where I'm like, okay, today I just want to chill. I just want to be home. I don't want to go anywhere. But I may have to maybe just pop into the shop to get like a quick, I don't know, milk. Tell me why I have to be in traffic to go and get milk. And then by the time I get home, the day is pretty much over, so I didn't really get to rest, you know? So it's just little things like that. It really builds up and it's really a struggle to manage. Yeah, it's not easy. Living in Ghana is not for the faint-hearted, okay? Like, it's really hard, especially when, you know, you run a business, you work for yourself like I do, and it's already stressful running a business, you know? So when you have all these other factors that are hard to deal with, it makes it really hard. Imagine getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to try and get to work by 9 because of traffic, and then finishing work at 5, but you can't leave work until about 8 because you're trying to avoid traffic. So imagine what time you're going to get home, and then in the morning you have to do the same thing over and over. So can you imagine living like this, doing that thing on a cycle 24/7? It's crazy, it's hectic, it's difficult, you know, it's really not easy. Luckily for me, I work for myself, so I'm able to sort of change my times around and do things according to times when there's no traffic. But sometimes it's inevitable. You just have to be in it, and it's very painful. It's very hard. You feel like it's a waste of time. Like I could be editing a video right now, but I'm just sitting in traffic. Finally, the other thing that I really struggle with in Ghana is religion and spirituality in general. I think that people believe in religion differently than I do, which is not an issue, but I think because of the way people view religion in general around here, people don't also trust people as well. It's like they're so paranoid about everything that someone else might be doing. You know, it's like, oh, your car broke down. Oh, it must be the gods. You stomped your foot. oh, it must be someone trying to attack you. Like, I really do not like that. I am spiritual. I believe in God. I pray. I do all that. And I think it's important to have some form of spirituality in your life. But then I feel like spirituality is supposed to empower you, not make you afraid, not make you paranoid. But if you're not careful, you might end up really paranoid. I mean, yes, it's always important to be careful. Make sure you have boundaries around everything. You know, you don't have to share every single thing about your life. You have to know who you tell certain things to and stuff like that. But I feel like that's common sense. You need to have healthy boundaries. But then when it gets to a point where, you know, someone might give you something like food and different things, and everybody's like, hey, wabompaye, hey, shobe, hey, what ya some, hey, yo. Like, it is too hard and too much to deal with, okay? I think the easier thing about being in the West is everything flows very smoothly in terms of moving around, a lot of systems, in terms of laws around how things need to operate and stuff like that. So that makes it slightly easier to live over there than to live over here. You know, living over here, you're dealing with all these challenges amidst trying to build a life for yourself. But in saying that, I still live in Ghana. I don't plan on moving out of Ghana anytime soon. I love it here. I have a lot of difficulties that I feel like is necessary to share with you, to give you an accurate perspective of how I really feel about Ghana. That is my responsibility to you guys. That is where I have to be honest with you guys. But at the same time, there's so many advantages to being in Ghana, and I am not going anywhere anytime soon. So if you guys are thinking about moving to Ghana, these are some things you have to consider. I really appreciate you watching. I feel like this has been a really long chat conversation thing. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video regardless. I hope you guys have perspective. I just thought it's necessary to share this part of my experiences of living in Ghana, because after all, I am giving you a real glimpse into Ghana through my channel. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow your bliss, so now life is short. Follow your bliss, na nipa ye den. Follow your bliss, na di ebesi biya ye, and follow your bliss, na den na emada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.